The keys are going to help you lock it, but keep in mind, this thing doesn't exactly weigh a ton. And I put them on backwards. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Unbox Analysis. So today we're just going to be talking about another budget scooter brought to us again by Hiboy. This is the S2R Plus. Now the S2R Plus is pretty similar to the S2, but you got a few extra goodies to it. So let's get into it and check it out. Starting with the packing material, pretty good, high density foam. Now, this might not matter to a ton of people, but my issue with foam like this is this type of foam is a little harder to recycle. So, while it is some good foam for packaging and it keeps the product super safe, my local recycling place cannot take this stuff. Just something to keep in mind here, depending on what you're into. Okay, so this is what the scooter is like right out of the box. It does require a little bit of assembly, but not much. Okay, so fully assembled now. We got our 6 neck screws in here. As you can see, this is the Hiboy S2R Plus. Now, if you've watched my previous video on the Hiboy S2, let's start with talking about the differences. First one, coming with your extra parts, you have a couple of extra tubes here because these are aired tires. Tube in, air tires. Now, benefits of that, going to give you a little bit more of a solid ride, but also a little extra cushion from the air inside the tubes. Next up, you have a different tread pattern on the tires. It's going to cover a little bit more of the actual tire, possibly giving you a little bit of traction in inclement weather. Now, next up, big kicker with this one, you're going to get an extra 5 miles of range, total of up to 22 miles range out of this scooter. Speed-wise, it's going to sit about the same as the S2 with a top speed of 19 miles per hour. Coming up next, you have your keys. Now, if you look around up here, you're going to notice there's not really a spot for keys anywhere up here because these are not to start the scooter. The keys are for what I consider the neatest feature of this scooter and one I haven't seen in the budget space. So let's check it out. So if you take the key, you insert it right here in the side and turn it counterclockwise. You're going to have this little peg pop up and you're like, what is this? Well, this is the coolest part of this scooter. This is a removable battery pack. So the coolest part about this is one, you can pick up extra battery packs. I'll put the price up here for how much they run. So the battery pack itself can also charge independently of the scooter. You can see right here. Or if you have it in, you can just leave it in, charge it from the scooter. Super easy, slots right back in here. Now, biggest benefit to this, the obvious one, range. Say you got a longer trip, say you got a longer commute, say you don't have a place to charge when you get where you're going. Have a backpack on, throw an extra battery in there. They don't weigh that much, they don't take up a lot of space, super easy to swap out. That is a really cool idea that I haven't seen on other scooters that honestly it would be kind of nice to see on other scooters. Now, who is this scooter made for? This scooter is made for the commuter, somebody who can use this scooter every day to get to places, work, doing errands, stuff like that, because it doesn't weigh a lot either. All right, so once you get to where you're going and you're ready to break it down, what you're gonna do is you're gonna lift up here and click it forward. Now there is quite a bit of tension because there's a spring in here. You don't want this thing popping loose. Now, if you can see here, I got a Band-Aid on because I got myself. You don't wanna do it like this because it came down and it pinched me really good. Instant blood blister. Don't do that. My mistake, hopefully it won't be yours. Once you do that, you bring this right on down here. Now, the location for this is going to be a little different. Let me turn the scooter around and get a better shot here for that. So I like this latching mechanism quite a bit more than the S2. It's pretty convenient. So you're going to notice right here on the side there's a little sticker. It says press. That is to release, but as you bring it down, you just line it up slightly off center with the middle. Click down, done. Now, cool thing about this scooter, it's not too heavy. This thing comes in at just under 32 pounds. Pretty easy to lift, pretty compact. You'll fit in a lot of different places. So on that note, let's get outside and check it out. So looking here in the front, you can see that the motor is in the front. This is a front wheel drive. Then in the back, you can see you have the clear spokes along with your air filling spaces. And then you can see the brake cable leading right down here to the back. So if I just pull the brake here, also have a brake light. Now coming up front with a single click, you have your lights. The lights on these are pretty decent. It's not made for super nighttime riding, but honestly, as long as you're on a path or something decent, the light works pretty good. So up here on top, this is your lever. This is what you release when you have the scooter stowed or down. Up here on top, you have your display screen. You have your speedometer, your sport mode, and then you have your battery life right now. And then of course, you got the bell. And then you have your accelerator right here. So in order to start this scooter, like you can see, if I push the button, it doesn't do anything, right? A lot of the lower end or budget or commuter scooters work this way for a safety purpose. It's just that way you don't accidentally hit it and it flies off and hits something. So what you do is you get it going a little bit and then push and then off it goes. So we have a couple of different modes here. Right now, I'm in the green S mode, which accelerates quite a bit slower. Then if we double tap, it takes us to the red S mode. A little bit higher acceleration, a little bit higher top speed. So as you can see, it's a little wet out today, but overall, it's handling really well, considering this stuff is usually pretty slippery when it comes to riding a scooter. Like as you can see right here, doesn't have a ton of grip, but for some reason with the weight on it, it's handling pretty well. Okay, after spending a few hours today riding this thing around, let's get to the conclusion. Is this a good scooter? Absolutely. If this is what you're looking for, if this is the price range you want to spend in, there's not much else I could recommend more. Now, a couple differences from the S2 I've noticed as well is it does not have built-in suspension, but with the difference of the air tires versus the airless tires, smoothness ride, I'd say they're pretty similar. The tires do feel like they have a little more grip than the ones in the normal S2. And by far, the coolest aspect of this, entirely without a doubt, is the battery. Now just the idea that with the quick turn of a key, you can add an extra 20 plus miles to your ride. I mean, that's phenomenal. Just the idea of this is super cool. Makes me wonder how fast you could charge one of these with solar. You know, think about a cross-state trip or something like that. A couple hundred miles, a lot of safety aspects involved with roads, but the ideas are pretty limitless with this battery. Now, it would be super cool to see them do something different with this battery, like give it a secondary use. Obviously, its main purpose is with scooters, but imagine if this could charge phones. But let's keep in mind, we're still in the budget realm here. This is definitely a budget price scooter. Coming in at $399, this is a lot more than I would expect to get. So if you like reviews like this, if you like the footage I got from the 360-degree camera, this is my latest purchase. I'm trying to improve the video here on the channel. This thing has been awesome so far. Big learning curve with the video editing, but I'm enjoying it. If you guys want a video on this camera, let me know. So on that note, if you guys want to check this out, make sure to check out the links in the description below. There will be a discount code along with direct links to the Hiboy website. I want to say thank you again to Hiboy for sending this over. Honestly, these scooters are super entertaining. If any other companies want to send me out to get checked out, or if the viewers have any that they would like me to purchase to try out, make sure to comment down below. What's your favorite scooter? Which one do you want to see? Because again, I want to show you guys in review and check out the things you guys want to see. So that's going to help me a lot if you tell me down below what you want to see. Thanks for coming to watch my review of the Hiboy S2R Plus, and we will see you on the next one.